If you're taking your Parkinson's meds exactly as prescribed and still having unpredictable days, this episode might explain more than your last appointment did. Because for a lot of us, this isn't a medication problem, it's a timing problem. And if no one ever explained that to you clearly, you'll end up blaming yourself when your body is just doing Parkinson's things. And stick with me because today we're going to make this make sense. And stay till the very end because I've got a Bryce-ism that might make you laugh and feel painfully seen all at the same time.
Welcome to Living with Parkinson's. The good, the bad, and the reality. Real talk, real life, real community with Bryce Perry. Let's begin.
Medication timing is one of those things that quietly affects everything: movement, exercise, energy, confidence, and yet most of us were never really taught how it works in real life. And if you've ever thought, I'm doing what they told me, so why does my day still fall apart? Fall apart? You're exactly who this episode is for. And a quick reminder before we dive in. If this kind of real talk Parkinson's content helps you, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming up next. These episodes are meant to stack and actually help. For a long time, I honestly believed Parkinson's was just random. Some days were good, some days were awful, and some days felt like my meds worked. Other days it felt like they didn't even show up. And the worst part was the self-doubt. I kept asking myself, am I taking them wrong? Did I eat something I shouldn't have? Is it just how it is now? And no one ever said to me, hey, Bryce, what you're actually experiencing makes sense. And that would have saved me years of frustration. Here's the simple version. Parkinson's affects dopamine. Dopamine helps regulate movement, motivation, energy, and follow through. And when you take medication, it doesn't flip a switch. It rises, it peaks, and it fades. Your brain is constantly deciding whether to move or whether to conserve energy. So on days when things feel harder, your nervous system quietly slips into what I call the low power mode. Now, it's doing that not because you're lazy or not because you don't care, but because your brain is actually trying to protect you. That wasn't failure, that was information. So instead of blaming ourselves, we need to talk about what actually helps. And I want to walk you through 5 medication timing truths that completely changed how I understand my days. And I'm not giving these to you as rules. I'm giving them to you as tools. So don't get misunderstanding here, okay? Here's tip number 1. Your best window is smaller than you think. So here's the first truth. Most of us miss our best medication window without even realizing it. I used to wait until I felt ready to move. And by the time I felt ready, the window was already starting to close. The lesson for me was really simple. Don't wait for perfection. Move when things feel good enough. In plain English, your best window doesn't announce itself. You have to notice it. You have to listen to what your body's whispering to you. And if that sounds familiar, type window in the comments because you are definitely not alone in this. It's like you wait for the window and then the minute it's like, it's here, boom, you start working out or you start doing something and you're like, where did it go? Where did my energy go? So that's what you have to correct. So when it starts to feel okay or good enough, that's when you start. All right, tip number 2. Consistency matters more than precision. Okay, here's the second truth. I used to stress over exact minutes. If I was late, I'd think, well, today's shot. Turns out my brain cared more about my rhythm than my precision. Same times, same pattern, same expectations. Your nervous system likes predictability, not pressure. And that's what you have to work on. Be predictable. This may sound boring, but it'll save you so much in the end. And if you like that tip, tell me I want to be predictable in the comments. All right, tip number 3. Protein is not the enemy. Whoa, what is he saying here? Okay, well, let's talk protein, but I want to talk to you about protein differently. Protein didn't ruin my meds. What protein did was exposed weak timing. I blamed the chicken. It wasn't the chicken. It was me eating like a raccoon 5 minutes after my meds and then acting surprised when nothing worked. So here is the reframe for you. If protein consistently wrecks your meds, it doesn't mean protein's bad and you can never eat it again. What it means is your medication window isn't strong enough yet. Okay? Some people say protein doesn't affect them at all. And that's not luck, that's timing. So let me put this all into plain English for you. Protein isn't the villain, it's feedback. You have to learn your timing and time your protein around your meds, right? Or your meds around your protein, whichever you find easier. Again, I will state this one more time. I do not time my meds around my meals. I stick to my pattern, I stick to my plan. And I know that if my last dose was at 4 o'clock, a good time for me to eat some protein is about 5 o'clock because I'm already kind of in that zone. My meds are already in place. All right. And then what I may do though, because now it's going to make that absorption, right? It's gonna screw it all up. I may take a half a pill shortly after I finish eating just to kind of keep the flow going. But again, you have to find these rhythms and work your timing around it. So don't think of protein as the bad person or the enemy, right? Just plan for it and work around it. All right. Tip number 4. Bad days don't mean failure. Okay, here's the fourth truth. A bad day doesn't mean your meds failed. It means something shifted. Could have been sleep, could have been stress, could have been your timing, your energy. See, early on, I used to panic, but now I don't panic. I get curious. Okay. So, in other words, I stop asking, what did I do wrong? And I start asking, what changed? And if you watch the tracking series, the tracking video series, and if you haven't, on the main homepage of the YouTube channel, go there and find the tracking series. I talk all about that. I instead of beating myself up saying, that's it, I screwed up, I did something wrong. Now when something starts to act weird or it's different than it was before, it makes me super curious to find out what the heck it was. So that's why I track things. That's why I track everything. Okay. All right. Tip number 5. I like the title of this one. I played with this one. You live the movie. Your doctor sees a snapshot. Think about that. So here's my last truth. Your neurologist sees a photo. Okay. But you're living the whole movie. And when I started noticing patterns instead of just my symptoms, my appointments changed. Okay. They didn't become louder, but they became clearer because awareness gives you leverage in your appointments. So again, you're not guessing in your appointments with your doctor. You're literally going in with actual facts, tracked results that you can say, here's what it is. This is the full picture of what I'm talking about, not just what I'm trying to say out in a 2 minutes I get to see you. Okay, here's a quick check-in. If you've ever thought I'm doing everything right and it still feels wrong, drop a me too in the comments so others know that they're not alone. And as we talk about that, if you're managing Parkinson's on your own, here's one simple thing that's going to help you. Don't track everything. Track when you feel the best. And that's it. Okay? Again, you don't have to get into fancy spreadsheets. You don't have to do a bunch of apps if you don't want to. You just have to start to become aware. Tracking's being aware, right? And being aware of what's going on and what you've done or what you haven't done or what's happened during your day that's produced that result. That's all you're doing. It's just so simple. Don't overthink it. Okay? And if that feels doable, type best time in the comments. I promise you, we will find your best time to do a lot of things in your life. Okay, now it's time for Carmen's Care Partner Corner. And here's what my wife Carmen wanted me to share with you today. When medication timing is off, care partners feel it too. We see the frustration shut down, the exhaustion, and our instinct is often to push or remind you. One shift that helped us was changing the question from did you take your meds to when do you feel your best today? That one change reduced the tension immediately. And a practical tip that I would have for care partners today is protecting those good windows. And that might mean adjusting plans, avoiding hard conversations during off times, or helping create space when the meds are working. And another tip is language. Let's try again later lands very differently than you should be able to do this. Oh, and she's got another Carmenism. Here it is. And here is my Carmenism. Timing is support. Pressure is not. Protect the timing and you protect the person. Wow, thanks, Carmen. That one actually really matters. That's really good. Well, to be honest, this is exactly why I built the boot camp, Parkinson's boot camp. So you're not guessing alone in your living room. So that you have structure, you have patterns, and you're taught how to do it from people who get Parkinson's who have done it before, like me. So if you want accountability without pressure and systems instead of willpower, the link is in the description below, right? And there's still time to get in. Now, before we wrap up, I want you to finish this one sentence in the comments. The time of day I feel my best is blank. Even if you're guessing, that awareness helps more people than you think. All right, now you've earned the Bryce-ism of the day, and here it is. Here is your Bryce-ism of the episode. With Parkinson's, your meds can be right on time, and your body can still miss the meeting. All right, well, this isn't about doing everything right. It's about understanding how your body works now. And I encourage you, go back, watch some episodes before this. You will find all the episodes I have on tracking. I have a ton, and all on medication and timing. Go back and rewatch them again. Start fresh this new year. Have a rewatch, all right? Because this is so important. This is going to set up your entire year for success. Trust me and believe me, it's going to happen. If you do put in the work and you put in the effort, the reward will be there. Well, there you go. Until next time, I want you to keep showing up. I want you to keep being real. And I want you to keep doing life today. And I'll see you on the next episode.
Parkinson's may be part of your life, but it doesn't get to define it. Thanks for listening to Living with Parkinson's, the good, the bad, and the reality. If this episode moved you, helped you, or reminded you you're not alone, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Want to go deeper? The Inner Circle is waiting. Monthly Zoom calls, 24/7 community, and a direct line to Bryce. You'll find the link in the show notes. Until next time, keep showing up and keep doing life today.